And his opponent in the yellow upper right-hand side of Echo Isles, he played the Blizzard defense yesterday in a way that we might consider him naming him the American Infi. It's CrunCher. All right, we're set.
Oh, you could really, you could cut the tension with a knife. And is it sexual tension? I don't know. We will find out. But this is intense. This is a Farseer. This is an Archmage.
This is a Farseer?
Unbelievable, right?
I didn't know he was able to pick this hero.
Yeah, that is true, right? Yeah. Well, he did accidentally go Blade Master on this map against Thorazane when we were at Anaheim when they were practicing, but I think that was the last and only time he played Blade Master against Human. Not the strongest pick right now, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. He is typically known as the Blade Master, the item hacker, always getting Claws of Attack, but Claws of Attack, not too useful on this hero.
This is kind of crazy. Does CrunCher expect this? I mean, it is the norm, but Hitman is the Blade Master player. The last remaining Blade Master player almost, next to Cooper maybe. This comes as quite a surprise to me at least, and I really hope that CrunCher is scouting somewhere. And what is this? The Voodoo Lounge is at the Merchant.
This is special tactics, Neo. I'd never seen this. This is 2 burrows, shop aggro at the Merchant. This is some special prepared stuff from Hitman. What is? I've never seen this. Never ever.
Shows the respect that he has for CrunCher. He said it in the interviews. If I am kind of something, whatever you might call, afraid of a player here in NA, it is CrunCher. And he's moving over with 3 footmen. He will see this. He gets the Claws of Attack. And now we got the age-old battle between these 2 range intelligence heroes with the summons. This is going to be interesting. How good is Hitman with the Farseer?
Yeah, it's obviously not his specialty, but he is very experienced in this matchup. He has classically always struggled with Human, as every Orc normally does ever since the Sky Push days. But I think he's pretty comfortable with it. And he seems to know what he's doing here. The Claws of Attack, of course, are going to help out in this trade battle. But the upside for the Orc player here, he's got this Voodoo Lounge already set up, whereas CrunCher going to have to wait to get that Arcane Vault, gonna have to wait to get those Priests to heal up this Archmage, so the trading is always favored for the Orc. But right now, CrunCher doing a pretty good job running away from these Wolves.
Both attacking, but so far the shop in the south hasn't done too much good. He's moving there now. The good thing for CrunCher here is Hitman never reached the main base. He wasn't threatening these peasants, so the tech is on time. He's even building an Arcane Tower to be prepared for what's to come, like the future harass, possibly. And a lumber mill. We'll see if this is for a potential tower push later, or just for normal lumber, because the build usually requires a lot of lumber.
Yeah, that positioning from CrunCher was very, very strong, for sure. Like, nothing, no militia needed to be called except for that split creeping. They just got the Archmage level 2. No defense really had, and that's really uncommon in this matchup today, so that's kind of a nice little route from CrunCher. Creeping that green, meeting the Farseer in the middle, delaying, and then getting that level 2 eventually for that aura. And we see the Archmage full mana right now, so he's not really lacking anything from that aura he didn't have for a little bit. And right now, Hitman just looking to get something done. He looks like he wants to creep this shop eventually, but CrunCher already knows, it seems like.
Yeah, he knows it. He's saving mana. As you say, mana management is really good. He doesn't creep anything as the wolves are tracking him anyway. This lumber mill plus the passive mana management, plus the fact that the shop for Hitman is very far away from his main base. Could this be a tier 2 tower push?
Could be. There is a lot of grunts right now, but this probably means that he's just going to go into Grunt Shaman, assuming Rifle Caster, but it doesn't look like CrunCher's going into that. But it could be. The base is pretty exposed, this burrow, because we were talking about how much mana this Archmage has. Could go down with a second water elemental potentially. But the TP in, actually, right on top of the footman, is CrunCher going to lose? And he looks like he's going to lose at least one, and these footmen are costly right now. He needs them to creep that Mountain King up in the future. And this could be a second footman going down, potentially.
Oh, the wolf. Always in the way. Good block by Hitman. Okay, he definitely knows how to play a Farseer, if we take this as an indicator. And that attack by CrunCher didn't do too much. He's still pushing, but he couldn't supply block him. The second hero is coming. He killed the Lodge, though.
Yeah, that's a decent cancel there. Didn't get the Bestiary, I don't believe, but he did cancel the Spirit Lodge, and he did see the Spirit Lodge, so he knows exactly what is coming. The Bestiary, probably the more important thing to scout, to see if there is going to be Raiders, is it going to be Kodos? Kodos, the general counter to Breakers. I'm assuming Hitman knows at this point it's not going to be Rifle Casters, or he may have already seen a Rifle. But yeah, the Grunt's going to go down to the south, to the Mercenary camp. The Tauren Chieftain is on the way out, getting some salves. Passed from the Farseer, actually, because that shop's still out of position. Going to have to rebuild that. But looks like both players just going to go creep for a little while. The Mountain King's out, going to snipe a wolf. And now it's the race to level 3.
Indeed, this is kind of a typical game 1 for a long best-of-5 series, isn't it? Both are like testing the waters, dipping their toes into the sea. See, okay, what temperature is this? How hot are you at the moment? And so far, they respect each other a lot, playing relatively passive and gearing up for the tier 2.
Yeah, and very safe builds as well, like that second burrow before tech from Hitman. Creeping very passively. CrunCher playing that defensive opener, not taking any greedy camps early, and then meeting Hitman in the middle. Very much respecting each other with the early arcane, but this isn't too respectful. Creep in the marketplace, the biggest creep camp on the map, arguably. Item-wise, right in front of the Farseer here, and this could be a big mana pot, could be a big health potion, but Hitman has something to say about a level 2 Tauren Chieftain going to come in for the creep jack, and this could be a lot of damage. The Archmage is already pretty low.
I thought about that. A little far forward. Militia are in, but the duration is over, so it's only Peasants. Chain Lightning, and that is an easy kill. The Priest in the back healing the Peasants. That is not supposed to be that way. Footmen are falling as well. Ooh, this fight wasn't meant to be for CrunCher.
1 grunt, maybe 2 grunts for 2 priests and a footman. That's 2 footmen now, so not a terrible trade if you get the second grunt. But the speed scroll, nice little last hit there by the Mountain King. So that's 2 grunts for 2 priests and 2 footmen. Decent trade, but the Mountain King gets speed scroll surrounded, bolts his way out, bolts the wolf. Is there another stomp? There is no other stomp, no purge, and he just surrounds the water elemental. Because why not? Got 4 units, do it anyway.
Okay, like, if there's one move that describes this weekend with the semifinals, it's definitely surrounds. We've seen so many of them. Ooh, this is exciting. We got the Berserker up for Hitman, adding in some more damage. That is sweet. Crystal Ball used. Scanning. Where did he scan?
He scanned the Mercenary camp. Okay. He saw CrunCher running down.
Okay, so he knows exactly what's up. Goes to the middle, of course, only one shop. And in the Asian circuit, we have seen how important the Invo potions are. You can't buy them. They're only at the shop. And if you want to survive a TC Stomp, that's the best tool you can get.
Yeah, Hitman's been talking a lot about lately. We're talking about just ping in this matchup, and he said you need to dodge that first Stormbolt with the Invuln pot and get that crucial stomp. So he was talking about that a lot last night, saying it's hard to do on higher ping, but right now, both players pretty good ping, so look to see him go for that first Stormbolt dodge to get a crucial stomp. But right now, a crucial creep jack could pick off some of these Shamans, but look at the positioning from Hitman, already backing off. Shaman's in the back, 1 low grunt, but he's got a salve on the Tauren Chieftain. And this could be a big creep. This could be potentially level 3 Tauren Chieftain. If he gets the creep with the first Raider bolted and going down, but he already uses the heal scroll for it.
And the stun was used as well. The Ogre Magi is coming back in, backstepping CrunCher a bit. This Spellbreaker is down, and that means level 3 Tauren Chieftain. Big storms now, long stun duration. This grunt safe to the left-hand side. The Mountain King is kind of surrounded, claps his way out, tons of damage done. Peasants once again in this fight. It's 45 versus 48, neck-and-neck fight. Hitman saw CrunCher coming thanks to this ward, still went for it, maybe a little greedy, but so far it's okay.
Yeah, a little greedy, but there is no Sorks, surprisingly, for CrunCher.
It's the Infi style, isn't it?
Priest.
It's just Breaker, Priest, no rifles. And that means the longer the game goes, the less impactful is this Tauren Chieftain. For now, he's awesome, of course. Lightning Shield Summon can't get the stun off. But as long as the breaker numbers are rising, CrunCher's getting stronger.
For sure, yeah, and as long as he has a couple of priests, he can continue to creep up the last remaining camps. Who's going to get this Ogre Magi? It's pretty low, so probably going to go to Hitman. That's a pretty big camp for CrunCher to get right now. Does get a Mana Potion on his Mountain King. Close to level 3, but he definitely needs it before that Mana Potion becomes very useful. The first Kodo going to come in, but the only Raider going to die to a Stormbolt. Kodo gets a Devour off. Nice eat there, but a Shaman goes down, a Raider goes down. 2 breakers for 2 of the Orc units, but the Militia coming in and the Stormbolt still strong, and there's still the Mana Pot like we talked about. This is a lot of losses for Hitman. Gonna go for the Mountain King. Does he lock in the surround? There's no invuln. Town Portal gonna be passed. The Tauren Chieftain getting low too. This could be a dead Tauren Chieftain.
Sick traits here, and he kills him off. Oh no, couldn't pass the Invul Potion anymore. This Mountain King, great decision making by CrunCher. He was hesitant for such a long time. He was just inches away from level 3, and he thought, okay, I hold on, I wait a little longer, then I get my level 2 clap. But then at one moment he was like, ah, god damn it, throw this level 1 Stormbolt. That secured the kill and was able to fight out. CrunCher taking the lead with this TC kill, losing the Town Portal, but powerful heroes. But where are all the breakers? Ah, in the south are 3 more. Okay. How much is in the Kodos? 1 gets eaten, but Hitman's army is bruised.
Yeah, no expansion attempt for Hitman. He never got over really his side of the map except for that mercenary camp to really creep up his side. So the expansion wasn't open. Normally, if you're so aggressive on the human side of the map, you could just put up a great haul behind it. But now CrunCher. So on the aggressive, he's going to cancel a couple of salves, and these are crucial right now because is there another shop in the main base? There still isn't. Neither is there reinforced defenses. The Breaker trying to block the Kodo, and the Kodo eats the Breaker, but now the Stormbolt has something to say to that Kodo as well. It looks like that's going to be a big pick-off for CrunCher right now.
It's a good back and forth, and CrunCher getting more confident, I feel, moving forward across the map. Takes out this big Kodo in a bit. Kodo is too slow. Okay, CrunCher gets the Stormbolt out and takes that kill. He's trying to expand. Wolf scout this immediately, though.
Yeah, really nice scout there, forcing those peasants back. And CrunCher a good amount of lumber, so he can continue to go for that. But right now, the Farseer buys the Staff of Teleportation, and this is a full mana, almost level 4 Farseer. And if he kills all these peasants, that will be that level 2 Wolves, I guess, because he went level 2 Chain Lightning.
Really cool move. I like that. More damage, especially against the Priest, which are kind of hard to get. Breakers take over your Wolves anyway, or they will be dispelled, so very limited use for these Wolves. And deciding to go for Chain Lightning, smart.
My god, this could be every peasant dead in the main, and this is like a pretty safe play from Hitman. He's got the invuln, he's got the staff, kills, I think, 6 or 7 peasants there. There's nicely a Priest in the main base now going to deal with it, but this is all time bought to get that Tauren Chieftain back. But in the meantime, CrunCher was able to get that heal scroll, that invuln potion, only 1 of those, and he's going to take a little creep camp from Hitman's side, and Hitman kind of has to say something about this, where he's going to really fall behind in hero levels.
Yeah, the fact that he has no expansion hurts him big time. The Wolves, by the way, now completely useless. We got Control Magic, the best spell against them. 2 Kodos in the back, big clap again. The TC is trying to fight against it. Heal Scroll used immediately as a counter to that sad clap. Grunts could potentially take out these Breakers if they find a good concave here. They do in the beginning moments of this fight, but can they repeat that?
Yeah, can they live against the claps? Like, they're a good answer to the Breakers along with the Kodo Beasts, and the Shamans are good against the Water Elementals, but you just can't really live without heal scrolls, and there's still that mana potion, and there it is! And the claps are just getting more and more brutal as the heal scrolls run dry for Hitman. And 1 Priest gonna be focused down by that Chain Lightning, but the Wolves are being stolen, and the Grunts are getting low, and the Tauren Chief is being focused, and it's falling further and further into CrunCher's hands right now. There is no more claps, no more Stormbolts, so maybe Hitman can get out and heal, but is there a shop? Did he forget his shop? Forgot to rebuild it.
It's not that expensive. He could have done it. Maybe he thought, okay, I lost so much. I have to get army, but you need these mana potions. They're absolutely essential. And look at this block by CrunCher. This Kodo doesn't move an inch.
Unbelievable by CrunCher, always not letting those Kodos escape. It's very, very crucial to get your Breakers back. And there was a shot, by the way, just missed it, so healing up for Hitman, but the army of CrunCher is looking real scary right now, and the Kodo's already eaten, so the amount of Breakers here is the amount of Breakers that will stay. And the Tauren Chieftain going to be bolted and focused down by that feedback. Going to lose a lot of mana there. Mana potion passed over, but he just can't live long enough to get those key stomps. The Mountain King is out of mana, but the Grunts are just falling lower and lower.
Hitman needs the Hail Mary, but the splits by CrunCher are insane against this. Heal Scroll for him. The TC is about to hit the deck again. The 9 supply. That's 12 supply about to fall for Hitman. It's an absolute massacre. CrunCher just moving forward. He's safe as well with that invul potion. It seems like he's just losing nothing. Maybe with the next chain lightning, but the breaker numbers, they look so strong. Can't, of course, be attacked by the shaman. Mountain King has no mana anymore after this storm, but he takes out the Kodo, gets another breaker back. Level 4.
Level 4, there's still an invul potion. Nice stomp on the casters, and the burrow's actually in range. So that's a sorceress going down, almost a priest going down, but there's still just so many breakers here. And without those grunts, that 12 supply you talked about falling, how do you deal with these? The shop going to be focused down. There is a health potion, there is an invul, and one more salve. And the burrows are reinforced. And there's actually a tower going up at the expansion, so maybe a sneaky expansion play by Hitman, but you know, the problem's right in your face right now.
This can never work. He needs every single bit of resources he can get to hold on to this, and he needs to hope for a slip for CrunCher. He's at 60 supply, he's at 100 gold, so the macro is on point. He's gonna get new sorceresses for more crowd control. Perch on the Archmage now. If this Archmage fall, he might weather the storm. Everything on this Archmage, but there is an invul. Is there even a depth for the sorcerers? Not really. A chain lightning could potentially kill this Archmage, but no, not yet. This Hail Mary fails and backfires. The Farseer falls, and GG. CrunCher takes map number 1.
So close. Some of those fights so close, and then CrunCher just managed to scrape by with those extra militia at the expansion. Traded a little bit better each time they fought. Got a couple of grunts, which are really crucial when the breaker numbers rise. Hitman trading, you know, priest for grunts, which seems decent early in the priest numbers, but eventually you just don't have the counter to that massive breakers. CrunCher just winning those little micro skirmishes and pulling ahead slowly but surely.
Mr. Bidou, you are allowed to say something. Your mouth is open.
Holy crap!
Are you in awe or what?
I knew CrunCher was going to bring the heat, but holy crap. I think Hitman was in a really good spot until he went to CrunCher's expansion and got caught in a really bad fight, and then CrunCher just went out of nowhere. But his breaker control, holy crap, man. That TC had no chance to get into the backline of the spellcasters in range of anything. I think he stomped maybe once towards the late game.
Yeah.
Holy crap, man.
Yeah, he made the TC look bad, almost.
Yeah, he made the TC just no value whatsoever. And I mean, I know you can't stomp breakers anyway, but he couldn't even get to that Archmage. CrunCher's unit control. Wow. What a game 1.
I agree. I gotta say, I'm a little bit stunned as well. CrunCher is again still without losing a single map in this tournament, and it starts exactly the way the semifinal against Kiwikaki started, with a loss by Hitman, who's of course spamming go 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 go, but he had to pick the right color. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, familiar territory for Hitman, but familiar territory for CrunCher, of course, too, being up 1-0. But Amazonia is the next map, and Amazonia is a pretty good map for Orc in this current meta. You can get that early level 2 for the Chain Lightning. You can really bully the human out of creep camps. You have opportunity for heal scrolls and invulns at your own shop, that we saw actually Lin abusing his opponent's shop recently in this tournament, speed scrolling over every time his opponent would town portal out and stealing those heal scrolls. So we'll see if Hitman's able to copy his teacher.
Okay, we're ready to go. We're loading into the second map, and that is Hitman's map. Echo Isles was the CrunCher pick. He takes it home. It's time for Hitman to slap back, to strike back, to make this at least a 4-mapper. If CrunCher runs away here with 2-0 and gets match points on his next map, that would be pretty devastating to Hitman. This he can't allow for sure. Tough spot that Hitman is in. He is feeling the pressure of CrunCher.
And I'm actually stunned. Like, I'm shaking. I don't even know what's going on. This is going to be one hell of a series.
I hope you can unstun yourself, because we're loading in to map number 2. Bidou, are you ready for this match? I guess as ready as one can be, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be as ready as I can be. Absolutely. Amazonia, here we go.
Okay. Are you ready for player number 1 in the red, the Orc, Hitman? His opponent, bottom left. Convincing, I gotta say. It's CrunCher. Now we do... How are the nerves of Hitman? Does he get nervous when a series starts like this?
Unlike me, he does not need 24-hour support. He's going to be fine. I think he took a chance on Echo Isles, playing super aggressively, and it was working out well. But the late game for CrunCher really, really good. I don't think Hitman is on tilt at all. He knows that CrunCher is a very good player. He knows that it's going to be close, so he's just going to go into the Amazonia new map. I think his mindset is it's 0-0 right now, and the first map's Amazonia, and he's just going to be fine. But yeah, we see the same kind of opener from Hitman, Farseer.
Yeah, how do you like that?
Oh, I love it. I think I've been watching a lot of Hitman's Blade, so I kind of forgot that this was the actual meta, like Farseer against Human. So the fact that he's opening up Farseer is pretty good, because like you said, it's only really him and Cooper that have been going Blade against Human. But obviously Hitman sees that the Farseer TC is probably the best way to play against CrunCher, and I don't blame him. That control's really hard to deal with the Blade Master, unless you're like playing on point. But really nice lightning shield creeping from Hitman so far. We talked about that, easy level 2. And so far, his early game is very good. What item? Gloves of Haste, not bad. But if he doesn't scuff this, he should be, nice, easy level 2. And looks like CrunCher's going for the Kobold right away. And the Wolves are going to scout this, but a little bit of curveball here from CrunCher.
This is the new trend that started here at DreamHack, I think. We haven't seen this before, and all of a sudden, Sock did it against Lin, and a lot of humans are following. He knows, of course, that the Orc is busy at the laboratory with that lightning shield creep, and he uses that time for one of the most dangerous camps that you can easily be contested for in the middle, so he gets almost level 2 with the uncontested creep spot, and now there's a battle for this one at the lab, so Hitman needs a little more time to move over, can't get the last hit, that's double circlet, and level 2.
Ooh, and the creep's actually attacking the water elemental pretty hard. Hitman's not going to be able to get that last hit, and that's his level 2. I think he was trying to think that maybe I can pick up a militia and then get my chain lightning from that, but CrunCher's doing a really good job of making sure nothing died, Neo. Everything's back in the base. His tech is there. He didn't lose any units. And now Hitman is scrambling at the front door, hoping that CrunCher feeds him something. But the militia control from CrunCher is good, and I don't even really feel like he needs to pull the militia right now.
Oh, and he's blocking the little entrances! CrunCher is so good! Can't protect this one anymore, but the wolf is down to 3 HP when he arrives at the base. This is godlike.
This is about as easy as an opener as you could do. And we talk about human players against Orc. How do you defend that Farseer without an arcane tower? And CrunCher doesn't have one. Just really good militia control. Keep the Archmage here. He's got a lot of footies in the back too. I mean, the blocks do not hurt at all on the farm. Just routinely moving units from left to right to block the wolves. Is he going to be able to block this grunt?
Dude, he saved the peasant at 3 HP. Of course it's taking militia time. Of course this reduces your lumber intake. How much does he have even? 30? Okay, so it's getting a little scary. And more damage on this Archmage as well. This will force another reaction. And this peasant dies, calling the wrong militia here. CrunCher starting to do a couple of mistakes after a great early. Getting the last hit. That was sweet. We also have Chain Lightning available. This Archmage might be in trouble, and he's definitely on lockdown here.
Yeah, the greed was okay with the tower, and because he did get the tech up, and at the time he didn't lose any militia, right? So his peasants were pretty good. A lot of them are very low, and Hitman's at constant aggression. He's going to pick up another one, and there's pretty low ones, and he's still got a lot of mana for wolves. So this could get a little bit dicey, but I think CrunCher's still making the right decision. He knows that this kind of aggressiveness from Hitman probably means that the tech is going to be a lot quicker for the Orc player, which is the case. Putting up his shop, putting up the tower. If he continues to not lose anything, this is okay, but the peasants are getting really low. Okay, that one is saved, thank God. But yeah, I think Hitman's constant aggression was really good, but I don't think that it was over greed from CrunCher. I think he held really well at the beginning, straight off the lab, and he was able to get away with all this stuff. But tier 2 for Hitman, and here comes that TC, and will he be able to get the stomps off that he needed that he couldn't get in game 1?
Yeah, he's already going towards an anti-breaker build with a Warmill, with a Bestiary, so he will be able to go for Kodos pretty much right off the bat. He's gonna have a little bit of a problem though, because this lines up to be a perfect level 3 for CrunCher, And what does Hitman do now? He has to creep with the TC. He's out, but his army is on the other side of the map, so the TC can't start creeping. He has to be aggressive right away.
Yeah, and CrunCher just seems like he's beelining it to Hitman's base. He wants the cancels on the units, but the TC at the front coming into the line now, so he's going to be able to stomp and maybe pick off some footies. And these are pretty important footies right now. This is your creeping for Mountain King. This is your pretty much way of keeping the harassment on Hitman's side of the map while you wait. And but I gotta say, CrunCher's doing a really good job of keeping that TC not creeping. We see the grunts ready to creep out the shop, but while CrunCher's here, I don't think Hitman's gonna actually do that. So keeping the TC at level 1, and this is fine. You're just buying time for your Mountain King, which is already out right now, which is pretty huge. And then we see the double Sanctum. So same composition that he went into the last game. It's gonna be a lot of breakers, some priests behind it. And yeah, I mean, the grunts are okay against breakers, but you need a lot of raiders, you need a lot of Kodos to be able to fight that, because the grunts at the front line were just getting out microed when the breaker count got really high.
So usually the big advantage of the Orc here in this matchup is that they can creep the TC faster, but this is not the case. It's almost 0 XP. The first Shaman gets picked up, and CrunCher is... What the hell, dude?
This is just non-stop aggression from CrunCher. That Shaman going down is so huge. It's going to keep these water elementals alive and well. No purge. Going to be able to go on them. This is so big. Hitman was able to save that Raider, but losing the Shaman, probably the most important unit in the game as of this point, you know, minus the Priest right now. But look at this. CrunCher has full map control, man. He's just going to creep his Mountain King level 2, pushes the Archmage aside. It's going to be an easy creep. Hopefully he doesn't lose anything. Might lose a footy. No, too good. Too good at pulling the aggro there. Look at that. Look at the unit save from CrunCher. CrunCher's an absolute mad lad. He's got the Priest here as well to heal up. And this is going to be an easy level 2 for CrunCher. And he does get the Wand of Manus thing, which is a good item, I think, right now. Because that could be the difference between an extra bolt or an extra clap taking away an extra stomp. So yeah. I really like that item so far in this level. And Hitman's taking a lot of damage on the first here.
And I really like that CrunCher is moving the Archmage away. He doesn't need level 4 necessarily. Hitman is focusing real hard on a level 3 Farseer. I'm not too sure why, because I think his #1 priority should be the TC. It's lining up nicely, so he gets level 3, gets level 2 here. But don't you want a faster level 3 TC with this? I'm not too sure.
Definitely. I mean, you definitely want a faster TC, especially before the breaker count gets really high. Right now, a level 3 TC could fight this. Going into the later game with more breakers is going to be a lot difficult. The Mountain King picks up a robe at the Merc camp, which is just already getting a little crazy. A little bit extra mana, but Hitman might be able to pick off a Priest here, which is really good. He's got Chain Lightning, and one more hit. That's a nice pickoff, and he's just really stealing that Priest because he's not in range of anything. He might get in range of the Mountain King, but right now, stealing a Priest, backing off, really nice. And at the same time, he's got a Kodo, he's got some more Shamans, and TC about to get a level 3 off his camp. And CrunCher's very far away, so good use from Hitman to keep CrunCher in his base, but I think that's fine because CrunCher was going to go there anyway to heal up.
Double mana potion, that's a lot of mana on this dwarf. Still lacking our invul potions, and okay. Hitman is going for the expansion. He might be going to the right-hand side shop. CrunCher's getting the left-hand side shop, so we will be fully equipped for the next big push. CrunCher again with the same build, with breakers, with priests, good levels, unlocks his level 3 MK before the fight this time. And Hitman has decided to go for level 2 wolves, contrary to Equiles. And I think they are already quite useless. If you look at the bottom left, there's Control Magic.
Yeah, Control Magic going to be a factor, and that's the thing with this human army. That's why people say, like, you know, the Mountain King kind of stacks a lot better because the Mountain King is going to be able to clap everything. But the TC and the Farseer late game kind of get blocked by the Breakers. Breakers, very good unit in this matchup. So the good thing for Hitman, though, is he's got some Kodos, he's got some Grunts. They don't have any armor upgrades. Kind of want to see the Grunts get armor upgrades in this matchup. I think they stack a lot better, able to tank a little bit more on the front line. But that's fine for now. He does have a token Headhunter, too, just for added damage. But, you know, there's a lot of units. A lot of these footies are still alive for CrunCher, and this could be the stomp value that that Hitman's looking for before the army kind of just gets, you know, a little too much for the TC Farseer. So we'll see how Hitman wants to take a fight. And like you said, he is trying to put an expansion down. But I think both players are now.
All right, 2 base, 2 base. This is very different from what we've seen in Asia, where it was so much about shop control and constant fighting. Once again, both players respecting each other quite a bit. slowing it down. But we see the first control magic, and that gives CrunCher so much more vision and harass potential. Sends him to the upper left immediately, knowing that Hitman is gonna go there, trying to creep. And that gives him the position of Hitman's army. Where to go now is the question. Do you want to contest this? Because that's... Oh, Hitman not pulling through with the Farsi. I thought he might be stealing something. But there was only a heal scroll. Maybe for an invul it's worth it.
I think this is a good position for CrunCher to be in. Right now he's just waiting for Hitman to actually commit to a camp. Keep in mind he's building his expansion in the south. It's done, so he'll be mining right now for free. And just canceled the wolves that were harassing. So right now he's just waiting for Hitman to commit, which Hitman is committing right now to that merc camp. Is CrunCher going to notice that? He sees with the ward that the units are attacking. And here he goes at the top. And this is going to be a creep jack possibility. And if this turns into a really good fight, maybe a cancellation of that Hitman's expansion. So really good timing for CrunCher. And it's up to Hitman to actually win this fight now. Nice eat on the Kodo, but actually whiffs it on the breaker and the collapse. We've seen the collapse all day long. Collapse City, this is a big fight for CrunCher, and like we said, this could rally him into canceling that expansion, taking an even bigger lead in this game. The collapse are huge, stomps are okay, but it's just on the Mountain King and the footy, and I don't know if a Hitman's getting the value right now. CrunCher's taking a really good position. The TC is a little vulnerable, passes the TP, which is good. He's gonna have to use it though. Okay, saves it so far, and now Hitman's picking up a lot of units. This could be a good fight for Hitman, but he needs to keep killing units, needs to keep ensnaring. Nice eat as well. Woo! Let's go, Hitman.
The Devour was good. The Kodos are not starving anymore. Loses a Raider over it and buys more time for this expansion. Supply lead for Hitman. Hero still looking good. Double tower up and Great Hall at 60%. CrunCher, can you pull through with this? Probably not. Hitman confirming that there's an expansion up as well. So we do have 2 base, 2 base. The question is, what do we do with this extra gold? For CrunCher, the answer is clear. More casters, more of the same. Adding sorcerers now, and there is no AoE dispel, just single target. This could potentially be a very, very slow army. 1 mana potion, flute, of course, nice. It's almost an all-ranged army by now.
Yeah, kind of weird positioning for these towers at Hitman's expansion, right? Because these wolves that got stolen by CrunCher, I mean, they could easily just run by this tower and go in, or you could see like a token amount of footmen or breakers. Well, I guess there's no more footmen left, but some like breakers run right into the backline and pull some harassment off. Yeah, but interesting tower placement from Hitman.
It gives them a lot more vision, as you can see. Like he can, it's a watchtower, so now he can watch out far on the map. That's kind of good. Also to the sides, the vision is not blocked by trees, so I guess that's the reason.
Yeah, true. I guess he just assumes that he'll TP in and take that fight as soon as he sees it. So yeah, just a little extra vision. Comes the wolf into the expansion of CrunCher, and is Hitman going to be the one that aggresses here? 63 supply versus 60, relatively even, but you know, a lot of breakers now. Level 4 in the Farsi are actually stealing a few of those peasants, which is really nice. 3 Kodos, all with empty bellies, all ready to eat.
So did CrunCher make it to the shop? He still has an invul and a heal scroll. For Hitman, he's attacking this town hall now. Also, heal scroll. Does he have 2? No, only 1. This might be a little light on consumables. That's kind of weird when we see an inventory with 5 consumables. But it's only 2 heal scrolls. Double speed scroll. This could be big. Stormbolt on the TC. No stomp at the moment. Big clap. Epicenter again and moving out directly.
Yeah, nice kill on the farm, and ooh, the ensnare on the breaker, which is really opposition. That's probably a dead breaker. Is the Mountain King going to be able to be super annoying and move the positioning of these units? He's got another clap as well. Nice heal scroll going down on the units of Hitman before the claps get a little out of hand. But that's 1 Kodo going down. Nice stomp as well, but it's only going to catch 1 footy.
Block on the TC. Invo potion here. This is dangerous! Invo potion on the TC as well. Needs healing now. The cast is far in the back. First, Wyvern comes in, and there's not much to do against them. Archmage can't shoot up. Water Elemental, okay, could be dispelled. It's a lot of damage, instantly dispelled. And now the casters have to deal with the Wyvern in the north. We see another Chain Lightning. Mountain King uses another heal scroll here, but looks like this is a comeback for Hitman. Has the higher numbers. Claps are big. TC is still going crazy. There's Lightning Shield. He wants this dwarf dead. 1 more potion. TP out. Will he survive? Chain Lightning, maybe anything more damage. He doesn't survive!
Unbelievable, he gets the Chain Lightning. That was so sick off the TP.
That was literally 1 split second away from the TP. And that's the little dwarf dead. He is back now, but no mana, and this was so expensive. 56 supply for CrunCher, Hitman 64. And no one has touched his expansion yet. Looking good.
And you talk about that annoying Wind Rider in the back of the army. That was perfect. I mean, great purges on the Water Elemental, and the only thing that could shoot up was a token Sorceress, a couple Priests, and maybe the Archmage, but the Archmage was kept busy by the front line. This is a really good fight from Hitman. I cannot get over. He actually faked. He wanted to see that bolt, but instead CrunCher went for Clap, and I think that was a mistake because basically just gave Tauren Chieftain full reign to go into the army and take that fight. But here we go. We're looking at Hitman with a much bigger army now. Some Kodos have empty bellies still. All three. I think there's one at the right has eaten already. But this is going to be a tough fight for CrunCher. He needs really good claps. The one clap, that was only when he had not the greatest. And he actually pops the Potion of Mana without dropping the robe. So he's only going to get one more clap out of that instead of maybe 1.5 to 2. And nice bolts on the TC though in the fight. Going in the way of Hitman, I just think there's way too much stuff. The grunts on the front line, which has looked really good. Is CrunCher going to be able to fight this? I don't know. He doesn't have that much stuff.
It's a massive orc force. Hitman moving forward. Actually, supply stuck at 70. Has kind of shop control. Goes in with the TC. Getting caught with the bolt. Doesn't dodge it. And once again, the MK might be in trouble. Dropping down to 1/3. Archmage. No mana. Only a potion. Focus fire again. Oh, no! The clap! He's dead for the second time. That's level 5. You know what that means. Double G's. Hitman is back in the series. And CrunCher is able to drop maps in this tournament.
Wow. We see the exposure from the Tauren Chieftain in game number 1 and the exposure from the Mountain King in game number 2. Unbelievable play from Hitman there. That was night and day, and that's why this series is going to be so sick.
Oh, that was high level. That was really good. I'm pretty sure he dodged the bolt point blank into the TP and then killed the Mountain King with the Chain Lightning. I think it was a point blank bolt dodge at the end there when he killed the MK the first time.
The level of play here is really, really, really high. I enjoy this series a ton. We are tied, and so we're basically going down to a best of 3.
Jesus.
Okay. Chills, man. CrunCher's control in game number 1, unbelievable. And then you look at Hitman taking really good fights, good expo timing, was able to defend it when we were pointing out that CrunCher had the positioning, he had this the wards to see what was going on. He had the creep jack, and Hitman actually wins the fight off the creep jack. Unbelievable. Turns around, game tied up, series tied up, championship Sunday. Oh man, I'm hyped.
The winner of the next map is going to grab match and championship points. Hitman versus CrunCher continues after a little break. The DreamHack Summer America Grand Final is tied 1-1. Hitman and CrunCher going at each other's throats. It's an amazing series already. And where does it lead us? Definitely to Last Refuge. And definitely to championship points. But in whose favor?
I don't know, but this is a huge map decider right now. Whoever goes up 2-1, I don't think you want to be on the receiving end of a reverse 2-0 sweep to finish it off. So this is going to be a big one. And LR on top to boot. We talk about how neutral this is. So it's really anyone's map at this point. I wouldn't give the advantage to really anyone in particular. So what do you think, Carson?
Yeah, I think this map is relatively balanced. But the expansion's easy to creep, and we saw how crucial those were last game. So look out for those again, probably.
Look out for map number 3 of Hitman versus CrunCher. Tension is still so crazy. It's electrifying in here, not only because of all the lightning shields and chain lightning of Hitman, also because of the performance of CrunCher. And in the upper right, coming back into this series, not getting slapped down 2-0, is Hitman. So is it the third Farseer?
Neil?
Yep.
What's CrunCher doing?
He's not building a barracks.
This is a blood mage or something? What? Neil? Help me? What's going on?
It's a tower. It's an archmage. This is a fast tech.
When's the last time you saw this? I think the last time I saw this was like Yumiko and Echo Isles in like WCA 2015 or something like that.
Wow, what a throwback. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This will come as a surprise, but this is also dangerous. It's not a wall off like we have seen before. No footman to creep or defend with.
Yeah, we saw how effective the harass was last game. Even with that amazing defense of CrunCher, he was still losing quite a bit at the end. A lot of militia call time. The question is, how much has he practiced this? How well can he defend against the Farseer with just the tower? It will be an early tower, though, so wow.
And Hitman is also not building a barracks. He's teching as fast as he can with the 2 burrow. Let's just screw these tier 1 units and tech up Silicon Valley Last
Warcraft.
Refuge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beyond denying that priest, but it doesn't look like anyone wants any units right now. The militia are doing good to get CrunCher close to level 2, but it's gonna be hard to creep another camp without footmen. Probably can't creep any camp, in fact, and the wolves are gonna see it now. Hitman's gonna be like, what the hell is going on right now?
You invite me
the
to
Arcane Tower putting in work.
You invite me to your place? Okay, let's party, CrunCher. This is what it means. There's also no one pulls the mercs, no one goes for the shadow priests. But Hitman seems hesitant to take that invitation.
Yeah, he's probably wondering what he's supposed to do. He knows that CrunCher can really not creep. He can only really take this poison camp that Hitman's parking right in front of. And that Arcane Tower is actually beautifully positioned to defend everything in the main base. And it's a blacksmith with no barracks yet. Maybe just for blocking, or is he going to build a barracks now? There it is. So it's going to be Rifle Caster Fast Tech. Skipping the footman.
Okay, you're supposed to be the expert analyst in this, analyst in this, but this is a crazy fast tech, but it's not even that much faster. Or is it? Because of the militia call? I don't...
Yeah, it's maybe about 15 seconds faster, around there. Normally, by the time the Torn Chieftain comes out for the Orc, the Mountain King is just being started if your tech is on time for the human. So we'll see how much he's able to catch up with that Mountain King timing. But yeah, right now the Archmage being pressured. The first rifle on the way out. And the footmen, not too useful against that level 3 Torn Chieftain with the Chain Lightning in the future. But what they are useful for is creeping, and that Mountain King is really helpful on level 3. So we're going to have to see how this works out for CrunCher. Probably going to have to call a lot of militia in the future. But right now, Death Mage.
He
Almost
has to
getting blocked there.
Exactly. He has to survive first. Okay, what we can say is that this is going to be a very, very different game. Because it's not going to be Mass Breaker's Priest and a couple of Sorks here and there, as we've seen before. But Rifle Casters. We see... Yeah. This is so weird. So the TC is going to be way, way, way more important than he even was in the first two maps. And he can be crapped relatively easy.
Yeah, Hitman still has 2 grunts, right? So he can still creep as normal. You know, he did fast tech, but you still get that barracks pretty early. He's got his 3rd grunt out now too, Berserker on the way. Whatever, dude.
What?
What is going on?
A player's force is
The hell?
What? What?
Special tactics, baby. What?
No. What? MK. Okay, with that, the hero is out even faster than the TC. Is this just an anti-TC build? Needs to get this last hit. It's not going to be easy, but gets it, I guess.
Yeah, that was pretty crucial for CrunCher. I think the point of this build is to bully Hitman out of creeping and creep aggressively himself. So him getting that Ogre Magi and that big heal potion is crucial to the strategy right now. We'll probably see CrunCher with this Naga run straight over to the next shop and bully this level 1 Tauren Chieftain out of creeping. But Hitman has gone Stomp first, so he can probably take a fight soon, but the big heal is going to help out a lot. And is there a Sanctum? Okay, there is a Sanctum for Priest now. Really low on lumber. We were talking about that earlier due to needing Militia to creep, but I'm going to see CrunCher just take this next shop straight up right now.
Okay, there's good crowd control right away. Naga obviously doesn't scale as well as a Mountain King would, but also requires 0 creeping. Hitman is able to, or is willing to contest this though, at least with the Fascia. Maybe grab this 1 creep, then try to bully with Chain Lightning while the TC is creeping up, at least for Aura, which will be really helpful against Frost Arrow.
Absolutely. The Archmage is running low, but that big heal pod, I can't underestimate how strong that is. And another one, and that's great on the Naga too, and the hero focus is really going to be not on the table for Hitman, and we see that a lot, especially against the Naga. Naga, definitely not as tanky as a Mountain King.
Not the greatest item as you can't dodge spells with it, so if you're stunned from the Stomp, you can't really use them during that stun duration. But we'll see if you can use that before or immediately after. We get Lightning Shield upgrade for the Shaman. Hitman doesn't really adjust, right? There's no Beastry, obviously, as he doesn't need Kodos to eat breakers. So he goes straight up Raider Shaman, Grunt Shaman, and Creep up.
Yeah, one thing he has changed a little bit is maybe not a super early expansion. You can see, 36 to 40 supply expansions against Rifle Caster, but maybe Hitman respecting the Naga a little bit here, because it can be scary. You can hit a nice timing, and there can be better hero focus before there's a level 3.
Nice timings. Hitman sees the Militia across the map.
Yeah, that's crucial right now, because I don't think he knows CrunCher's creeping right in front of his base right now, so those Militia will definitely indicate that. And this could be maybe Book of the Dead. Mana Stone could be good. Wand of the Wind, probably even better, but there is Shamans for the single point to spell, so maybe not the best, but...
What freaking year is this? It's a tier 2...
Oh, the
Lumber Mills! It is literally Yumiko playing. Blocking this with Lumber Mills, or at least trying to. He's blocking the path at the moment with Peasants. How good is this TC, though, with the Epicenter? Stomp follows up with a Lightning Shield. This TC, this Madman drops the Pelt of Giant Strength in the middle of everything, but this next Stomp can be prevented with the Wand of the Wind. How long can he do this?
Oh my god, the really nice Stomp picking off 1 rifle early. 1 Grunt going to be traded, but all the Peasants going down, so no more tricky Lumber Mills for CrunCher here. 1 Grunt going down, though. There is 1 more Wand of the Wind to deny this next, but there's so many Stomps left now that the Wand of the Wind is gone. We're going to see another big Stomp, and that's huge, and that's going to force the Town Portal out, and this Lumber Mill timing not really working out for CrunCher, but he didn't lose too much. Loses the Town Portal and a couple of rifles. He is stuck in his base, but going to kill a farm to get out. There's still a chance for CrunCher here, but Hitman looking strong as ever right now.
CrunCher's going to be supply stuck indeed. That's not too great at 48, and this is so much map control for Hitman now, and that can only mean one thing: red spot.
I love it when players do that. You know where your opponent is. You know they town portal out. Why not take the biggest camp on the map when you know where they are?
Under
And
attack.
CrunCher probably aware of this. Probably just going to creep big himself. Doesn't have to worry too much about a creep jack. Wouldn't be the best play from Hitman to run straight across the map. And this could be another aura here for Hitman. This could be a crucial item.
Unholy aura would be crazy. Brilliance aura would be crazy. Close plus 12.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, a little.
CrunCher, what will he get here? It will be an Onk. Not too bad. Keep it on the Naga. He could sell it as well to break above that 50 supply. But, you know, not bad to save the hero, the Stomp, the hero focus. No invuln yet on those heroes. And the Mercenary Camp is going to be taken. And again, this could be another decent aura for Hitman. And a lot of creeps going in his favor right now.
And CrunCher is powering up for yet another attempt of this. There is a TP, there is speed scrolls, ruined bracers. Okay, against the Mountain King would be pretty sick, but yeah, he's doing it again. By the way, the Naga has mana shield.
Okay.
Frost arrow mana shield.
I mean, I do like Fork Lightning, especially
Town is
against the
under
Shamans, but, you know, super tanky boy at the end of the world. And CrunCher with the Protection Scroll, no Town Portal right now, is respecting the hit and run potential of Hitman and just gonna run back and defend, I guess. Trying to block the base with that power-built farm, rebuilding it to make sure these wolves, these grunts, this lightning shield can't get into his base, but they do. The walls have fallen, and there is one source that's gonna maybe pick off one grunt, but all the peasants are falling, and a lot of them died in the previous push as well.
Trying to evacuate is the Exodus. No tower here to be saved. This scout grunt gets denied. No further progress for CrunCher, who is definitely struggling. There were some militia on the left-hand side, maybe checking out if there's an expansion, but how good is this sentry ward here now, by the way? Like right in his face.
Gonna see as soon as CrunCher calls those militia again, which he did for both pushes. Now Hitman will know, and he knows what's up. The Naga gonna be able to catch up. No boots, surprisingly, on the Naga, but he's been so low on gold the whole game. And Hitman, speaking of gold, had a decent bank, spent it on some items now. Heal Scroll, Invuln, Mana Potion, good items on Hitman, and the rifles cannot make the same mistake. They can't clump, and the Stomp is huge again.
Oh man, CrunCher is running out of steam. He's huffing and puffing. The splits aren't as good as anymore. And without the breakers, he finds almost no solution to this Tauren Chieftain. There was one heal scroll, okay, but the AoE damage continues, and boy, is that brutal. Dropping in supply, the TC has another invul, has the Rune Brace. He's such a tanky boy, and the Stomp is just getting one kill after the next. Scroll of Protection popped by CrunCher. Little bit of a desperation move. Another Stomp. This looks like unlimited mana. Heal Scroll once more, but how long can he keep this up?
Yeah, getting a grunt. The Archmage falling low. There is a big heal and an Onk still on the Naga.
Archmage.
He's got to use that big heal now. Yeah, the wolves are going to be summoned. There is an invuln on the Tauren Chieftain, so focusing that, not even an option. And now the army doesn't look too tiny for CrunCher, but there's just not enough damage at all. And look at all the grunts. Mana shield.
Stomp on the Naga, maybe aiming for that surround to trigger that. Fascia! Nice counter push or counter focus by CrunCher to get that Fascia out of his face. And the Naga will be revived in a second. CrunCher lives.
Yeah, I'm going to take the red camp again. Your opponent town portals, go for the big camp. You know where they are. Hitman kind of stuck in his base for a little bit. Has to heal up both those heroes pretty low, and the invuln was used on the Tauren Chieftain towards the end of that fight. So Hitman going to have to spend a little bit more gold on that, and he is above 50 supply now, so a little less gold income for him and no expansion for either players, and I don't see one in the future. So CrunCher maybe going to be able to catch up in supply in the future. But
this camp is
going to give him the time.
Brutal to CrunCher. I know that feel. Left-hand side of Last Refuge is not easy to take. Claws for him as well. But everything is bruised. There's no TP. This takes way longer than it should. And this is Hitman probably sealing the deal of map number 3. It's Lightning Shield, it's Chain Lightning, it is massive damage, and no solution to this. The TC has another mana potion, he has way more stomps, and he can't split. He can't split against it anymore. It's Hitman turning this series around.
Wow, some big stomps there. We just see the power of the Tauren Chieftain against Rifle Caster. No breakers there to deal with it, but a cool strategy from CrunCher. I like to see he's done some preparation. He's got some new ideas, some new creep routes as well that we saw in Amazonia. Just cool to see, But Hitman just too strong, reacted accordingly by pretty much not changing anything, and it works out in the end.
Giving a lot of respect to that Tauren Chieftain too. It's almost like Hitman's wet dream. I can stomp every single unit. Okay, watch me go. Hold my beer. Give me some chain lightning or lightning shield on top to boot. Wow, that was an interesting strat though. And I think if CrunCher would have got away with it, we would have been like, he's a mad genius. That's the smartest thing ever. Took a risk. He tried to risk it for the biscuit, and sometimes it doesn't work your way. Hitman though, with the stomps, taking full advantage.
Yeah, that didn't work. I like that he changes it up so Hitman doesn't get too comfortable. And this might force a scout for the next series. So he knows, okay, this guy has a couple more pocket strats for me. Even though he was able to defend it, he wants to know probably what's coming for him now. For CrunCher, what does it do to you? You have this elaborated strategy, which is kind of a throwback to 2015, as Carson said. But it absolutely didn't work. And in pretty much no state of the game.
Though,
huh?
If those lumber mills go up, though, it's game over.
It's pretty tough indeed. Without raiders, how do you break this? Was a nice idea.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I think the point of the timing was to hit before Tauren Chieftain level 3, but Hitman is a very confident and fast creeper with this Tauren Chieftain, similar with his Shadowhunter and other matchups. Just very, very fast, takes big camps right away, gets that level 3 insured. And yeah, I think it was intended to hit a little bit earlier, but yeah, that Tauren Chieftain with a level 2 stomp, just a bit too strong.
I agree, Carson.
Thank you, Ricky.
No problem.
Okay, we see it here once again. Hitman one map away from $1,600 and 300 EPT points on top of everything he earned at DreamHack Anaheim already. CrunCher didn't lose a single map up until Amazonia, and now it's 2 in a row. How stable is he mentally? He needs to shrug this off. He needs to go onto Hitman's map and conquer it to force Game 5. As one-sided as Europe was, America is definitely more competitive, is definitely closer. CrunCher with the pocket strat didn't work. Back to normal, or does he have something else prepared for us? These questions will be answered on Northern Isles. The American Lin on the way to the championship. Bottom left in the red for the Orcs. It's Hitman. And will the Human Alliance lose not only one, but 2 finals in one day? It's all up to him. It's CrunCher.
Can't say stuff like that at the start of series. We're going to get Reddit posts for balance patches and everything going on. Neo said it. Neo said. But yeah, we got Northern Isles here, Neo. Are you pumped and excited or what?
I am. I really, really want this to go full distance, though. So I'm rooting a little bit for CrunCher. But I gotta say, a guy that you might know is called Remo Demo or something tweeted tonight that he was dreaming that an orc won a tournament. And it might come true here. Right here.
We are living his dream, Neo. We are living it right now, possibly. One map away. Pog. Champ. Yeah, I'm excited though. I think NI is probably a good map for CrunCher. He likes to get aggressive, and he can push back that Farseer, take mid control, and kind of spiral out of control. I think I'm very interested. I think the expansion's relatively easy for CrunCher to do here if he wants to go for that. We're gonna find out. But NI, oh god, I have no idea, Neil.
I know.
I don't even know.
I know. It's once again a very, very fast tech. It's once again a Farseer, and we do have a barracks by CrunCher this time, so he can't follow up on the tech too early, but he does have Putman to creep with. And so, okay, he's still using a couple of militia. The tech is still delayed, but that's the norm. Farseer contesting this soon, rushing into the base soon, but CrunCher wants to see this coming, and that's the reason for the scout farm here. So he will see what's coming and when this is coming. So he can prepare, call militia, plug these little holes everywhere. And so he doesn't need a tower, he thinks.
Yeah, and Hitman has no idea what CrunCher's doing this game, so he's sending the wolves over to the top, to the bottom, to the consumable. I have no idea what CrunCher's going to open with, but it's just going to be standard. He's going to have the footies to creep this time, so he should have more resources to go into something tier 2. Saw a little bit of that delay with creeping with all your militia as opposed to Footman. Saw him a little lacking wood on LR, and honestly, you take a chance like that and it doesn't pull through. I don't even think you're tilted. I think CrunCher knew the risk going into a strategy like that. So, NI, a little bit different. Shake yourself off. You got 2 maps in a row. Can it be done? Yes. Will it? I have no idea. The Farseer right now putting up a lot of aggressiveness, and we see the Arcane Tower going up now, and the tech. So tech timing pretty good. I love when humans tech before the tower. Shows a little bit of confidence, a little bit of disrespect to your opponent, and so far CrunCher's holding this pretty well.
Yep, but we said this on AZ as well, and all of a sudden, Hitman was able to turn this around and start a little bit of a massacre. Blacksmith again.
Are we going into rifles?
Yes. Okay, after being stormed into the ground, he's doing it again.
He's a stubborn boy. And yeah, we talk about Hitman's relentlessness. Like he's always, he's getting pushed back for now, but he just chips away at you with these wolves over time. And Arcane Tower just about to come up, but look at the footies. Footies are low. There's no shop. Some of the peasants are low as well. And if this Farseer can get some damage here, Grunt being rallied as well, and Hitman's just pushing, continuing the pressure here. This is a pretty... There's a lot of pressure for CrunCher, and he doesn't have a level 2 Archmage. It's not like he has water elementals that he can just sit back. He also needs to start creeping, so this is really good for Hitman.
That's the problem. That's the big problem. No Brilliance Aura, no mana regen. He's got to be so conservative with these water elementals. And that's not really what you want. Farseer just spams this. He has clarities at home, so no big deal. And of course, being in his face the entire time, Hitman knows that it's rifle time. And that means he can, sweet deny, he can save the Kodos once again. And he's going Grunts, he's going Shaman, he's going TC, he's going the Norm.
This is a sick timing as well for CrunCher to build that shop. I was going to say, it's a little exposed, and if Hitman wanted to bring that Grunt and force a fight to try to cancel that shop, you're also forcing a fight out, right? You're forcing these footies that are low to come out and defend, and that's what Hitman's doing right now without the Grunt. Is he going to be able to... He does stop the shop production. He's going to get that Militia too? No, but this is still so annoying. CrunCher desperately needs a shop. He's got footies in the back that he'd love to have in this fight. He's going to add another one to the collection of just low hurt footies. Not losing them, but when the Mountain King comes out, this is good, but this is just so much harassment. We talk about the difference in levels. The TC is out, Neo. The TC is out and creeping, and the Archmage is still level 1.6.
Yeah, this is massive for Hitman. This is really good. The Mountain King is in production, so no sneaky tavern builds anymore. A little bit back to standard. It's a little bit of a mix between LR and the other 2 maps. But I'm still worried that if the TC gets up, he has no solution to this.
Yeah, Hitman getting a little greedy though, sticking around for a bit too long. Mountain King's on his way out. Is Hitman gonna... Oh wow, he backs off perfectly timed. Just gets a few more pot shots on the Archmage. Why not? Here comes the Mountain King though, and double Sanctum. So this is not rifles then. That's for what?
Yeah, I'm confused as well. Maybe he's changing his plan because he was harassed so much.
Yeah, maybe he trusts the breakers more, but still not going to be too... it's not too much of a heavy investment. I mean, the blacksmith is okay to have, I don't know, for upgrades or whatever later on if you want, but looks like he's more comfortable with the breakers. I don't blame him. I think... Oh, he is going rifle caster. Just got 2 Sanctum. Hog champ.
How is he going 3 production buildings from 1 base? I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure if this works out. Hitman is expanding, and if CrunCher can fire from all cylinders and build a big army and push this could throw back Hitman big time.
Yeah, a few token riflemen. He's actually going into breakers as well. Maybe just a little mixture of everything. But with no expansion, I'm not sure how you can really sustain that much production. I think it's going to be a waste overall unless you can somehow get an expansion. I'd be staying on tier 2, obviously. Could be an expansion play, but like you said, the timing is running out. Farseer has no experience, but it doesn't matter because the bulk of this battle is going to be that level 3 TC, and Potion of Greater Healing on top of the boot is going to keep him extra tanky, extra in his face. And yeah, I'm not too sure that this is the right play for CrunCher. We'll see how it works out, but yeah, it's going to come down to who can take the mid control at this point. And looks like Hitman is poised to bring the army over there and take that mid control. And CrunCher desperately needs that. But is he going to start an expansion?
He pulled the creeps to get the Scroll of Healing. That was pretty cool. I thought, why he's not going for the Invul Potion, but I guess he's going to do that now. So, mid control, as you say. And CrunCher seems like he wants to expand again. So, then 3 production buildings make sense. But does he have the time?
Now it's sustainable if you can get the expansion up, right? Level 3 on the MK. This is actually really nice. But he's giving up all the mid camps. He's giving up the shop control. Oh man, Devotion Aura is really good on these grunts right now.
Yeah.
The army for Hitman looks really good, but CrunCher's does as well. He has those footies from the early game. He has a big army. He could take a hit right now if he could try to get a pick off of any of these grunts. Right now, the grunts are the most valuable units. I mean, the shamans are okay, but the breakers will just take those down. So actually, Hitman about to run right into the Mountain King.
If he could get one shot on snipe, that would be big. Mountain King is taking them down with, so they're all stuck. Oh man, they were stunned for a long time. TC doesn't really find the Storm connection. There's still a lot of footmen, but it's only footmen, and this Lightning Shield doesn't do much. He's going for the hero focus right away. There's nothing to save this. MK swaps the TP. Can't go for anything anymore at this point. This push stopped. He did start the expansion on the back of this. So we're going two ways once again.
Yeah, Hitman, I think the expansion might favor Hitman in the long run, especially considering the hero levels are getting a little ridiculous. Oh, he's actually going straight for level 4 TC as opposed to sharing that with the Farseer. Interesting. He wants that Endurance Aura.
Okay. I'm not too sure if it does favor the TC because CrunCher is on 2 base with double Sanctum. So we saw how these breaker numbers can get out of control and how ridiculously weak the TC is if he's constantly getting blocked by breakers.
Yeah, but the problem right now, Neo, is that he's banking, but he's got low wood, and he still has all these footmen, which is going to take away from the breaker food count, right? So he actually needs to start taking a fight and killing units and losing some of these worthless units in the late game to make up. I mean, even the rifleman right now could probably go. So he's got a lot of food supply capped up. He's at 59, he's breaking, but his army isn't as strong as it could be. 2 more breakers and another rifleman. So he's actually going into like a real mixed composition, which is kind of interesting. And I think he's going to be able to get the invuln from the shop, but Hitman already grabbing the Scroll of Healing.
It is indeed interesting because Hitman is transitioning as well. We see the War Mill, we see the Beastery, there's nothing coming out at the moment, so this is definitely a Kodo next. But I like that he has 1-2 rifles in his army because we saw how impactful these Wyvern were on Amazonia. So the rifles in combination with the Water Elementals and Archmage might take them down this time.
Yeah, and we see CrunCher sending a scout footy and just losing it anyway. But yeah, I think you're right. But is Hitman gonna have the time to get that army out? Right now, he's popping a Kodo, another Grunt, and another Shaman. But they're all in the work places.
Here we
go. Building, big stop.
Wind of the Wind being used again. Double kill for Hitman. Is that the fight for the championship? CrunCher's trying to move away. Lightning Shield on the Grunts. Lots of emphasis for this illusion. Doesn't really do too much. Clap comes in once more. There's a Mana Potion. There's another Wand of the Wind. Disables the TC right before the stomp. Disables it. Here we go. Massive stomp. But the stun as well. He's clapping him to death. Buster Rhymes would be proud of that. MK. Just make it clap, you know? And there's still a Mana Potion.
Yeah,
how much we lose?
Everything is just getting stomped here. The Lightning Shield doing so much damage. Look how much supply CrunCher's losing, and that's the problem when you build those rifles. I mean, you need to pick a street. I don't really like going rifles against Hitman style. He's just so good with that TC if you can't block him out. I feel like CrunCher had a better chance with just mass breakers, which he's starting to go into now. Actually, he's just making Sorks behind this, but yeah, not the greatest fight for CrunCher, and now we see Hitman just with a massive army of low HP units, keep in mind. And yeah, I mean, Hitman would want to take a fight, but the claps could be absolutely huge. Another clap going down. Hitman's got a lot of units, but they're all very, very low, and this could spiral out of control really quickly, but the stomp for the TC is so good. It's keeping him in this fight, but look at the claps!
Massive! This is again 20 supply and plus about to drop. He does have a Mana Potion. He can go back in, but he's got to be careful that this TC is not tearing him apart. Heal Scroll! Oh my, this Heal Scroll worth $600 maybe! And this MK is out of that fight. He has no Mana Potion anymore. Hitman about to clean this without dropping too many units. Chain Lightning is coming in. CrunCher is shocked!
There's no more claps, and he's actually just going to fight with all these low HP grunts, because why not? There's no more claps, and CrunCher's going to go back to the shop. I assume he's going to buy a clarity on that Mountain King, maybe even a potion of mana, and we're going to see both of those. And CrunCher's just going to go right back because he has no choice. He's not actually killing units. Hitman is able to sustain a huge army while on the expansion. And, oh, did Hitman grab the invuln? But I guess the Scroll of Healing is not ready yet, because I know Hitman would love to get one. He does have the money for it too, but it looks like he's just going to go back home, clarity up, and keep these units alive. But look at all the low HP grunts, Neo. There's so many.
Yeah,
imagine losing 15 supply.
That's a lot of cells right here. And this game goes back and forth, back and forth. Hitman has the experience lead by now, but for how much longer? There's Invo Potions on 3 out of 4 heroes. Heal Scrolls, not available on neither side. The One of the Wind has been used now. We do have heal potions, and the rat spot is about to fall as Hitman is going for another attack. Legion Doomhorn!
Fantastic item, and that's a great item for CrunCher at this stage. Devotion Aura would have been good. Legion Doomhorn is just unbelievable, and that's the item that he wants to get so far. But the heroes for CrunCher are kind of exposed, you know? They only have potions of healing, which if you get caught out, those can be used a lot. And Hitman's just hitting the front line of this expansion. There's no towers here. There is a lot of Hitman units here, though. Lots of Shaman. The Shaman count is actually ridiculously high. Breaker's trying to get into a good position. The TC trying to look for that stomp, but everything's in the back. And I don't think... Look at the segregation, actually. The TC's kind of blocked by a lot of units and taking a lot of damage before you can ever take a stomp off.
Oh, man, Hitman, that might be a horrible position for you, but the Chain Lightning is great, and the Lightning Shield is great as well. Mountain King kind of alone needs this potion soon. Illusions of the TC soaking up so much time. Grunts are hacking and slaying away at the Town Hall. Once again, the problem for Hitman, oh no, is the claps, obviously, and he can't prevent these claps anymore. CrunCher dealing with the illusions patiently. Can he make it to the shop somehow? I think Hitman wants it, sees it as a free passage, and there is a heal scroll. There is an invo potion. This might be the victory for Hitman if he holds this.
Oh man, he uses his last clap, and Hitman immediately heal scrolls behind it, which is a big slap in the face to CrunCher. But the MK is a little exposed. Potion of health used, and we talked about if you get caught out, the Mountain King passes the health bomb really quick, but I think he's still going down. He passes the inbolt. Oh my god! But the Archmage now, is this it?
This must be it. Level 5 for the TC. This is usually it. The Mountain King drops as well, and 3 maps in a row. American champion, Hitman.